What's up, everyone? Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture, December 4th, 2019. Nice little quick live stream for Twitter, Periscope, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to jump right into the video and really talk about what's going on because right now, the shorts, they are preparing for the worst. Bitcoin surges 10% in 10 minutes as shorts suffer $60 million beatdown. $60 million. 10 minutes. It's really, when you read an article like this, when you see it happen in real time, when you look at a 5-minute chart on Bitcoin in real time, you're like, this is it. But this isn't it. I bring my own opinion to what's going on with Bitcoin right now. So please just take this for what it's worth. I try and interject a dose of reality into Bitcoin charts, into technical analysis. I can't tell you. I mean, I did a quick Google search, okay? And I just want to share this real quick with you. Bitcoin shorts liquidated. I put October, but it really doesn't matter. There's a bunch of them. There's some October. Bitcoin price smashes above 8,000 in massive short squeeze. So bullish. Everybody's going crazy. That was October. $52 million. This is November. $52 million worth of shorts liquidated on BitMEX. That's pretty close to what we had today, isn't it? $52 million in November. That was so bullish. Crypto Twitter going crazy. Shorts getting knocked around like crazy. But, I mean, did it really do anything? Was that the beginning of the bull market? I know I sound like pessimistic and negative, and that's not my intention at all. I'm not trying to do that. But I'm in my own little world of accumulating Bitcoin and waiting for Bitcoin to moon, as you are, right? Like, I want it just as much as you do. I want the rockets to just launch already. But there's patience involved, right? And we have these scenarios that happen often. And that's why I did a quick little Google search. I mean, we always see these things happening. Here's one, 150 million longs liquidated, right? And, it's time and time again. And when you try and correlate price of Bitcoin with these things happening and moves like this on the charts, it's 50-50 because historically it really has gone either way, right? There have been times when shorts have been liquidated and it was a precursor to a really strong bullish move for Bitcoin. But there's been times when shorts were liquidated like this, and it wasn't a precursor for something beautiful to happen on Bitcoin charts. I like this little website, cryptometer.io. It just kind of gives you a quick little glimpse as of what happens. 54, this says 54 million. It says total shorts wrecked. This is BitMEX liquidation data. Cool little website. It's cryptometer.io. But my point is this, and we can actually, I'll give you a very strong example. November 12th, very close in terms of the shorts being liquidated. 52 million worth of shorts liquidated. And we can go open a daily chart right now, and we can go to November 12th, right? So November 12th, not long ago, November 12th, 52 million shorts liquidated. And what happened after that? Nothing crazy, but downside for Bitcoin to a lower low in this falling wedge. And I think that's very important to note. So when we're looking at these things happening, right, you have to take into account that there is really no direct correlation to these things happening, Bitcoin shorts being liquidated, Bitcoin pumping like this. It's pure manipulation. I just want to throw that out there. That's all's going on. We're going to continue seeing things like this happen, both longs being liquidated, shorts being liquidated. If anything, we can take, I think there was back in, April 2012, over 150 million shorts were just liquidated on BitMEX, and that was April 2018, actually. But But what I want to show you is this, is the Bitcoin long charts, because a lot of people talking about this. It's just looking crazy, right? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 daily candles basically on this Bitcoin longs chart. And typically, I mean, when we're getting this overextended on this chart, you know what happens next, right? We kind of get this plummeting down in long positions, right? This is BTC USD long chart. Now, even that doesn't really give us a clear picture of what's going to happen in terms of Bitcoin price. Because if we look at Bitcoin price, last time Bitcoin was kind of overextended on this chart, right? Here we go. This looks really ugly, right? This move, mid-February, Bitcoin longs. And then boom. Well, what happens next? What happens next in terms of Bitcoin charts if we go to the daily chart? If I can find it. If I can find the daily chart. Mid-February, right here. Mid-February. That is the beginning of something beautiful. So be careful when you're looking at, shorts being liquidated, longs being liquidated. You're looking at long charts, you're looking at short charts. Be very careful. At the end of the day, what I'm doing is I'm continuing to, number one, I'm continuing to really watch the sentiment in Bitcoin. I think there's a really strong case for kind of integrating that into technical analysis, integrating that into your approach, especially when you see that the market is full of fear. Twitter is full of fear, suspense. Everybody's scared. Everybody's running for their lives on crypto Twitter. That's a strong indicator for me. And when I'm looking at Bitcoin charts and we're starting to be oversold, which we are, we talked about this in yesterday's technical analysis. You can check that out if you want to get a really deep dive into what's going on these charts. There's scenarios in play for me that I'm just waiting to see if they happen, right? And I was looking at the 4-hour chart, and I'm really following this falling wedge that Bitcoin is in right now, wondering where it's going to bounce off of. We're going to get a 30% move soon. I truly believe we are. I think we're going to get a very similar move to what happened back in October. And I'm not saying it's going to be a quick 30 to 40% move like it was then. That was a huge move for Bitcoin. But what I am saying, I think Bitcoin's going to get ready to make a move to the upper trend line, which is around 30 to 40% to the upside, I would say. And that's after potentially retesting the bottom trend line one more time. I think we're going to get something like that. Call it a prediction. It doesn't matter. But I want to throw it out there because that's kind of what I'm anticipating most for Bitcoin. I could be 100% wrong. I might be wrong. That's all good. But you see Bitcoin kind of in a very similar type of move that it was in back in October when we were, once again, at the bottom of this trend line, forming this falling wedge, right? We have these higher highs, higher lows, this falling wedge. We hit a breakout target perfectly to the bottom trend line. And then we got that, most excellent move that everybody remembers back in October. It was beautiful, but it was just a hit to the top trend line in this falling wedge. We didn't get a breakout of that falling wedge, this huge falling wedge you see on the screen. And we trickled all the way back down to the bottom trend line. Again, we are in this series of higher highs, higher lows on the 4-hour chart. We're kind of in this rising wedge of sorts. And we have a target to the downside if we do break below this lower trend line here. The target to the downside goes down to around $6,200. Again, another touch to this bottom trend line in this very large falling wedge. Maybe we don't get that low. Maybe we kind of put in like this double bottom looking type of thing where we had that swing low November 24th. We get another swing low in that vicinity, $6,500. Maybe we don't go to 62 and then we get a bounce and then we make a move out of oversold conditions because that's where we are right now on the weekly chart. We get a move to the upper trend line. We start testing 8,000 again, and we start seeing, are the bulls here yet? Are we going to break above into a bullish environment so that we can start even talking about a bull market? We're not there yet. If we zoom out on the charts, and I went to the 5-minute, that's not a really good way to zoom out on the charts. This is what we're looking at. I mean, we have a ways ahead of us for Bitcoin to even enter the bull market. Fib retracement, swing high of the bull market to our bear market low. this green rectangle, this is it. This is the doorway to the bull market. We're talking $16,000 to $13,000, right? So we're talking right now, man, 30%, 40% move to finally test 8,000 again, 9,000 again. And then we have resistance there. And those in that environment, Bitcoin has a ways to go to get up there. But the first step to get up there, the first step to get into that bull market is simple. It is to break out of this falling wedge, very bullish looking. I mean, I don't think we could have a better setup in terms of trying to exit out of this kind of consolidation phase that Bitcoin is in after its swing low in the bear market low. So things are looking fine. But to wrap it all together, I would relax in terms of, if you see these articles, if you see all this stuff about the sky is falling for, the shorts because they're getting liquidated within 10 minutes, $60 million. I would chill out. I would really just chill out and not take that, too much into account because at the end of the day, we know historically it's still 50-50. It's not that big of an indicator for what happens next for Bitcoin. I think the charts tell us a very more clear picture, a better story of what's going on, right? So especially if we go to the weekly chart, you see where Bitcoin is right now. We're oversold on the stock RSI down here. We're going to continue watching that. It's in a great area of accumulation, in my opinion, whether we're here at 7,400, potentially down to 5,000. It all depends what Bitcoin does at the lower trend line of this falling wedge down here. So please be prepared for anything. Wanted to do a quick little live stream for Twitter. I mean, I don't really even know what this looks like maybe on Twitter right now, but I think I'm on Twitter right now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to post it to YouTube. And then I got to head out. I have such a busy day. But everybody, I appreciate you. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I would really, really appreciate it. This party's just getting started. We're going to get there, everybody. But look at the patience involved, zoomed out right now on the 4-hour chart. A lot to play out for Bitcoin. So hang in there. I hope you're having a great day. I will see you in the next video. God bless.